Hey everyone, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Now, before we get started, I want to let everybody know that I'm very sorry that I couldn't start my heartwarming Christmas marathon sooner this year. If only my moving process could have been done a lot faster. So anyway, for today's episode, I've got a very special present for you. As mostly everybody knows, Princess Sofia's first Christmas-themed episode was Holiday in Enchantia, and to this very day, after nearly an entire decade, that episode is still a cult favorite. Same goes for the A Very Mystic Wassailia episode from Season 4. And I gotta say, while I am glad to almost be done with blogging every episode from Sofia's second season, at the same time, I can't help but think back to the time when I blogged the Curse of Princess Ivy special, which got me struck by copyright Nazis for absolutely no reason. And because of that dilemma, not only did I end my show's second season with this special, but I also missed out on blogging a few Christmas films that I wanted to share with everybody during that year, including Sofia's second Christmas episode. Over the years, I've been feeling very scared and worried that I'll get struck without mercy again. However, since I'm one episode short from finishing Sofia's second season, and of course this month being December and all, it seems like a very perfect time for me to blog it. So, why don't we get started? Airing on television on December 12, 2014, this is Winter's Gift. Now, on for the plot of the episode. In this, Sofia is in search for the perfect Wassailia gift for Cedric. During her search in the icicle forest, she meets a forest faun named Winter, who needs to find a special gift that will persuade a powerful mountain witch to lift a terrible ice curse. However, the faun doubts that she is anything special. So, it is up to Sofia, with some help from Princess Tiana, to help her new friend with the gift of music. And what do I think of this special? Well, ever since 2014, I really loved this episode, and I still do to this very day, and I'm glad that it's featured on this DVD. And to further explain why I love this episode, let's move on to Mustang Notes. Now, firstly, the moral of this episode is, what makes a gift good and special is the feeling and the thought that has been put into it, which is something that I really know how to do, especially during the holidays, even though it can be pretty difficult at times. Also, I think the episode's title might be a reference to the Shakespeare play The Winter's Tale. As for the animation, well, in my opinion, the CGI animation is absolutely beautiful, and I really love how the icicle forest looks in this episode. By the way, for those who may not have seen it, the icicle forest is an ice and snow-filled forest in the kingdom of Enchantia, which is the home of Glacia the Mountain Witch, and it's the only place where ice lilies grow. Also, while watching this episode, I feel like it shares a few elements from the 2005 Chronicles of Narnia movie. For example, it has a little girl who meets a faun in a winter setting unintentionally, and she makes friends with it. The girl is the youngest child, as well as the most curious, the most adventurous, and the most inquisitive, and she's either a royal or would become one. And of course, the episode features a witch. Now let's talk about the episode's song, From the Heart, sung by Princess Tiana. In my opinion, ever since I first heard it during December 2014, not long before flying to Florida with YMCA's New Horizons, it really made me feel warm and happy while listening to it on iTunes. And it miraculously cheered me up while I was away after my channel got struck. To me, not only is the music very enchanting and beautiful, but I really love the song's message that what makes a gift special is that it comes from you. And now, let's move on to the characters and the voice actors who brought them to life. Princess Sofia is voiced by Ariel Winter, whom was young Kairi in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, Marina in Jake and the Neverland Pirates, Marlene in the complete version of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, a few of Thumper's sisters in Bambi 2, young Trixie in Speed Racer, Penny Peterson in DreamWorks Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and Smurf Lily in Smurfs The Lost Village. In my opinion, I think Sofia is still a sweet, helpful, kind, and compassionate princess, and like I said earlier, I think her role during this episode is very similar to Lucy Pevensy's. In this, Sofia journeys into the icicle forest in hopes of finding ice lilies for Cedric. But after meeting Winter, she hopes to help her lift her ice touch curse. Also, I thought it was really cute when Sofia wears a pink nightgown instead of her usual blue one, and I think her Wassailia dress is really beautiful. Plus, this would have to be the second episode where Sofia's hair is in a ponytail, and I still stand by that it looks really cute and beautiful. Also, I like that Wassailia is Sofia's favorite holiday next to Mother's Day, due to the fact that she loves it when it snows on that magical festive day. And I like the part where Sofia makes a snow angel while dancing to Winter's pan flute. Also, I love the part at the end of the episode where Sofia gives Bailiwick ice lilies and a special wand case for Cedric. Sophia's best friend Clover is voiced by Wayne Brady, whom was in Clifford's Really Big Movie, Stuart Little 3, and Food Fight. To me, I still consider Clover as one of my favorite characters in Sophia's show, and I like that he accompanies Sofia on her quest to find ice lilies. And even though he's a castle bunny, I like that he shows his wild animal nature while competing with Whiskers. However, while I did feel very shocked when Clover accidentally became frozen in a block of ice due to Winter's ice touch, at the same time, it kind of reminded me of a frozen penguin from the extinct Country Bear Jamboree. Oh, seriously. I really miss that show, and I just hope that someday it can be rebuilt in California Adventure. Now let's move on to the new characters, starting with Whiskers, a fox voiced by Megan Mullally's husband, Nick Offerman, whom was in Hotel Transylvania 2 with his wife, along with Illumination Sing movies, and of course, Gravity Falls. And he was in two stinkers like We're the Millers and the fifth Ice Age movie. I find Whiskers to not only be a sly character like most foxes, but I think he's a great supporting character while helping Sofia and Winter, due to him knowing the forest like the back of his paws. Also, I thought the parts where he teases Clover kind of made me think of how two of my cousins used to pick on me when I was a youngin'. Plus, I liked the part where Whiskers calls a flying reindeer to give Sofia a ride back to the castle. Next is the episode's title character, Winter, voiced by Allison Hannigan, whom was in the American Pie films, Flora and Ulysses, and the 2019 Kim Possible live-action special. In my eyes, Winter is pretty similar, but a little different compared to Mr. Tumnus. I find her to be a very friendly and sympathetic character, and I thought her backstory on how she got her ice touch and the consequences, like when her friend Feathers became frozen upon landing on her finger, were actually quite shocking. Also, the fact that she's been all alone for an entire year kind of reminds me of how me and many other folks felt during Christmas of 2020. However, Winter's ice touch did come in handy when she froze a pond so that she, Sofia, Clover, and Whiskers can cross it in order to get to the island where the ice lilies grow. Also, I think the way she plays her pan flute is really beautiful, and her music really makes me smile while listening to it. Also, the interesting part involving Winter is the part where she mentions a princess with ice powers, which could possibly be referring to Queen Elsa from Frozen, whom is not only the fifth spirit of the enchanted forest nowadays, but she's also whom I have a major crush on. Our next character is Glacia the Mountain Witch, voiced by Felicia Rashad, whom was in Pixar's Soul, along with Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey, and Tick Tick Boom. Now, unlike Jadis the White Witch, who's a cold and evil tyrant, Glacia is a beautiful young businesswoman witch of ice and snow who, every Wassailia, does spells for people who brings her gifts. However, to me, she can be very bitter and tired due to her constantly meeting nothing but selfish people who give her worthless trinkets over the years. Plus, upon meeting Princess Sofia, Glacia made snide comments towards her out of envy of the girl's beauty and charm. Now, according to Winter, Glacia granted the young Faun her ice touch in exchange for wood crystals, and in order for her curse to be lifted, Winter needed to return on the following Wassailia and find an extra special gift that she'd like. Thankfully, when Winter plays one of her songs as a gift, Glacia gets up and dances, meaning that she liked the gift, and she removes Winter's ice touch and undoes all the freezings, which also freeze Clover and Feathers. Last but not least, we come to the episode's guest Disney princess, Princess Tiana, voiced by Anika Noni Rose, best known from 2006's Dreamgirls. Now, Tiana is the 9th Disney princess to appear on Sofia's show, following princesses like Cinderella, Jasmine, Belle, Ariel, Aurora, Snow White, Mulan, and Rapunzel. And as I said earlier, Tiana's song, From the Heart, is very enchanting and beautiful, and I really love how she explains to Sofia that the perfect gift is conjured from the heart, which gives the young princess an idea on how to break Winter's curse by playing a song for Glacia on her pan flute. Plus, I kind of get the feeling that Tiana's summoning is not only courtesy of Princess Elena via the Amulet of Avalor, but also because she was informed by Mama Odie. Plus, I like the part where Tia mentions that she'll be cooking a very special meal as her perfect Christmas gift for her family, which really brings back fond memories of her cooking talents in The Princess and the Frog, and the time when I visited her home in New Orleans during December 2015. Also, I must mention that while I am gonna miss Brer Rabbit starting next year, I'll definitely be looking forward to the day when Tiana moves into Splash Mountain and turns it into Tiana's Bayou Adventures. And now on to my final words. Overall, Winter's Gift is such a wonderful Christmas episode in Sofia's show. The animation is beautiful and stunning. The episode's message regarding finding a perfect gift is a true and emotional one. The quest is a lot of fun, and it has a very funny side plot involving Clover and Whiskers' rivalry. Plus, I really thought Winter was a very sympathetic character, and she makes a wonderful new friend for Sofia. Also, Tiana's cameo was absolutely spot on while helping get the moral across on how the best gift comes from the heart. So, to me, this episode is one that I highly recommend for everybody to watch, whether on DVD, online, or on Disney+. As for my rating, I'll give Winter's Gift a full 100%. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me for one more Christmas blog where I look at a motion capture version of Charles Dickens' classical Christmas story, Mustang Power.